Elon Musk, owner of Twitter, the website formerly known as X, put out this now deleted tweet hours after a second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. For those of you listening, the tweet reads, "And no one is even trying to assassinate Biden/Kamala," followed by what I perceive as a pondering emoji hinting as a prompt for further thought. Musk has since deleted this post, which was actually a quote post response to Doge Designer, one of the many accounts Musk follows. They asked the question, why they want to kill Donald Trump. This prompted Elon's now deleted post, which has been followed by another stating that jokes are way less funny if people don't know the context and the delivery is plain text. I happen to agree. However, I didn't read his first tweet as a joke. The lack of context makes this form of communication problematic around such sensitive topics. Musk has highlighted the very problem itself, possibly unaware of the irony given this appears to be a response in the form of self-defense to downplay the seriousness of his first post. This form of lightning-fast online communication allows us to swiftly dump whatever thoughts first arise into our minds for the world to see, regardless of the quality of such thoughts. The plain text format then asks us to interpret tone and intention, which, let's face it, none of us can do with certainty, unless you are a mind reader, but I'm going to guess you are not, and neither am I. The problem with Musk's post is posting itself. Any form of communication is subject to misinterpretation, but when we strip out body language, tone of voice, and other nuances, we exacerbate the problem. Intention is an important part of communication, and understanding what's behind the words lets us better interpret them. Posting online also throws this communication at X's algorithm, amplifying and exposing the post to particular demographics, among them the outraged. These algorithms tend to optimize for engagement, creating an antagonistic environment because outrage and anger tend to engage us more with the content that's making us feel this way. So in response to Musk's post, we see extremes, people stating his post is a call for violence, and in response to those responses, people play down the significance of his words. Whatever he originally intended, the post exposes him to the worst possible interpretations, and that is why it's caused such a controversy, something he does time and time again with his posts. Personally, I read his post as a genuine pondering. I find it hard to believe he would want to potentially provoke the death of another human being. That's on my assumption that people are inherently decent, despite the madness of the world occasionally bringing out the worst in us. I think it's okay to ask such a question to yourself or among peers who understand where you are coming from. After all, it is interesting to look at the social political landscape, understand its temperament, and theorize on why one candidate has attracted this form of attention and not the other. You can come to your own conclusions and leave it at that. This, however, becomes hugely problematic when you put such a thought out into the open with a lack of context. You invite everyone to interpret this in their own way on a platform that is optimized to create outrage through engagement. This is the problem with X itself. It is a machine for creating controversy because of this fundamental flaw with its very nature. Or should I say, because that's what it's designed to do? I don't know. Now, I don't think it's okay to ask this question so vaguely out in public because some deranged individual may interpret this as a call for violence. This is something Musk should surely understand by now, but instead he defends himself on the grounds of humor. Going back to that post again, and no one is even trying to assassinate Biden/Kamala, I don't know what the punchline is. As someone who likes dark humor, there is possibly a world with a joke in it about the asymmetry of political assassinations, but this isn't it. I'd like to touch for a moment on the assassination attempts themselves. The taking of another human life for political reasons is demoralizing. No matter how much you agree or disagree with another individual's views, it is part of our democratic society to coexist with these differences. As the quote goes, if no one disagrees with you, then you're not living in a democracy. It's easy to be sympathetic when things align with your views, but then this is what we become. Do we want to live in a society that solves its issues through violence over discourse? I hope the answer for you is no. Lastly, I'd like to touch on the intent behind my own words in this video. I want to arm you with the ability to step back from the noise of our online conversations and see that it is the nature of such conversations itself that appears to be the problem. We are not well equipped for this form of communication, and it is a continual source of disappointment, bringing out the worst in us, pushing us further apart. This is why I spend less and less time on Twitter, the website formerly known as X, and I'd encourage you to take a break from social media and see what you learn from getting your experience of the world from your local environment, rather than being wired into this hyper-partisan online space. The break for me has been really eye-opening, and I feel better for it. Of course, every now and then, something causes a big enough stir to rope me in, and then I vent my frustrations with such a waffle as this one. Thanks for listening. So did you enjoy the waffle? Want to hear more stories and thoughts? Check out the playlist link below if you want more videos like these, and of course subscribe to the channel to catch future ones, and go to linktree.assuma.co if you'd like to find links to all of the other activities that I do, including playing guitar, making music, Minecraft videos, and much more. Go check out that link.